early in the morning.
Pretty early in the morning, and then there are a lot of things that will go up into the air. They are going to release thousands of balloons, 5,000 racing pigeons. Hopefully they will race to someplace other than the San Antonio River downtown. There'll be a flyover from the Air National Guard. 10 hot air balloons will go up, and then 50 families, each from a different state of the Union, who all won free trips here to SeaWorld, will snip the ribbon, and SeaWorld will officially be open.
And many of the celebrities who are going to be in town for the weekend, for the grand opening, have been arriving tonight aboard Shamu 1. That is the Southwest Airlines jet that has been painted to look like a killer whale. They'll get the red carpet treatment, just like Marilyn McCoo did last night. She will be the host of tomorrow night's grand opening special. That airs at 9 o'clock on KSAT 12 News tomorrow night. It will be broadcast to about 15 other TV stations in Texas, Oklahoma, and Louisiana.
Boy, tonight it was a killer of a party thrown by a killer whale and SeaWorld, both of whom welcomed 3,000 VIP visitors to the park tonight. They're here, obviously, for the big grand opening tomorrow, but tonight the businessmen, politicians, and families took an eating and drinking tour through SeaWorld, which gave them the opportunity to learn the layout of the park and partake of several culinary delights like blackened tenderloin. Among the VIPs are those 50 families that won trips to SeaWorld through a contest sponsored by Pepsi, and tonight they'll all be treated to a special killer whale show at Shamu Stadium that splashes into action around 10 tonight. Tonight's festivities will be topped off by a spectacular fireworks display, which was designed by the award-winning engineer Paul Austin. He and his men have been hard at work all day putting together this very complicated show with all the equipment that they need to light up the sky over SeaWorld tonight. Fireworks will be launched from one of the islands in the middle of the ski lake at about 10:50.
The man putting this show together, Paul Austin, will also be responsible, actually was responsible for that fabulous fireworks show we saw at the Alamo on New Year's Eve. And then remember, fireworks are going to be a regular part of SeaWorld's Summer Nights program every evening during the summer. Attendance figures at SeaWorld will also be skyrocketing. They expect to fill the park with 40,000 people for the grand opening tomorrow. That is capacity. It was capacity crowd last weekend also. Now, if you don't already have a pass for tomorrow's grand opening, do not expect to get in. SeaWorld officials tell us there will be no tickets sold at the gates tomorrow. Parking could be a bit of a problem. If you want to avoid some of the hassles, you might want to take advantage of the free shuttle service. That begins at 9 in the morning at Crossroads Mall, also at Northside Athletic Center at 410 and Culebra.
Well, once you get parked and ready to go, there are a few things you ought to know to make your stay here a little bit more enjoyable. And the first thing you will need when you get in the park is a map. And the folks here at SeaWorld will take part of that or take care of it. You'll be handed one when you enter the park. If some members of your family need a little help getting around, wheelchairs and motorized wheelchairs are also available. And for the little ones, it's a pretty good idea to have a stroller. Comfortable shoes, sunglasses, sunblock lotion. If it's sunny, something for your head, they are all a must. And if you leave something at home, don't worry, because just about anything you will need can be bought at any of the number of stores here at SeaWorld. And also, if you run out of money, there's an ATM machine here as well.
Ticket prices, as you've heard, are a little bit steep, but we have found that most people who spend a full day out here seem to think it is worth the money. For some specifics on those prices, let's tell you that if you are 12 years old, you are considered an adult, and it will cost you just under $20. Children and senior citizens get in for about $17. Kids under 2 get in free. Tomorrow, the park opens at 8:30 a.m., will not close until 1 a.m. Sunday. The rest of the summer, SeaWorld will close at midnight.
Next up on our special, what has to be the headline act, a 4,600-pound killer whale.
And our Doug Olson will be live at Shamu Stadium.
We're the brand new Lincoln Mercury dealer in San Antonio. Fiesta on Bandera Road. And look what you can get from us for only $198 a month. A brand new Mercury Sable. $219 a month for a brand new Mercury Cougar. Or $128 a month for a brand new 1988 Mercury Tracer. That's right, a brand new Mercury for $128 a month. Come see how little it takes to drive a Mercury at the newest Lincoln Mercury dealer in town. Fiesta Lincoln Mercury on Bandera Road. 2 blocks outside Northwest Loop 410.
You know, I was at this party the other night, and they serve these little sandwiches.
San Antonio, you can't pick up a newspaper or go to the store to buy film without seeing the image of that 2.5-ton killer whale, Shamu. Here's Kirby Oliver.
Remember back in the early 60s when the British invasion hit the U.S. shores and Beatlemania left hysteria in its wake? Well, 2 decades later, the craze is back. But this time the fans aren't screaming for John, Paul, George, and Ringo. This time the star is bigger, much bigger. This time they're screaming to see Shamu, Thrill, Shamu. Yeah?
This will be our second time today. We saw it once there. It's a great show.
Okay, so maybe the mammal mania hasn't quite escalated to the same point as the Fab Four enjoyed, but hey, don't tell that to any of Shamu's fans. Shamu, Shamu, Shamu. Shamu mania has without a doubt landed in San Antonio. And although the star is probably oblivious to all the whoopla, her miraculous mug has been saturating the city.
SeaWorld of Texas has opened its doors.
Shamu is everywhere, from TV to radio, the ground to the sky. And at 2.5 tons, this is a face that's hard to miss.
We went to all the gift shops and we wanted something with Shamu on it.
Shamu Mania is a whale of an idea, and the Marine Park will continue turning a buck as long as Shamu keeps turning her flips. Kirby Oliver, KSAT 12 News.
You know, weathermen have had trouble finding rain lately in San Antonio, but Doug Olson has not had any trouble finding some water tonight. He is at Shamu Stadium with the star herself and one of the star's trainers. Doug?
Yeah, it's salt rain water is what it is. I'm here with Thad Lasenick, and you're the head trainer here.
That's right.
And so what do you got for us here? We got a little Shamu action here. So what are we going to do? I'll just let you take this away here.
Okay.
Whoa, check it out.
We're going to go ahead and bring Shamu up here. These are 2 of our trainers. This is Laura Perkins and Damon Buer.
Okay.
They are both of one of our senior trainers here at the park. And right now, all we're doing is relaxing Shamu. We've got a special show to do here at 10 o'clock tonight, and we're getting Shamu all primed and ready for it.
What can Shamu do for us right here? Let's get the boogie in. I saw that earlier. Let's get the boogie in.
Okay, Laura's going to show that for you right now. Shamu's all excited about being out here and about doing this show tonight.
Can we get Shamu?
Basically, what we're going to do right now is give Shamu a rub down. Basically a massage to get her ready for the show.
Yeah, I saw you earlier. You were leaning over, just kind of rubbing her on top there, and she just kind of like she was in Never Never Land.
Well, that's one of the ways in which we reward the animals. The killer whales here really thrive on that relationship that they have with the trainers, and that relationship is developed through this type of tactile reinforcement. In other words, the rub downs and everything like that. It's up to the trainers to find out what each animal likes and dislikes, and I think you can see she's enjoying this.
Yeah, I can see that. So, can she talk?
Yeah, Shamu can make all different kinds of sounds.
Wait a minute. Whoa! What is it, the Mexican food? What is that? You got an upset stomach there, Shamu? Let's have Shamu talk. Oh, she's singing. It's hard to pick that up. She says, is she out of breath? Is that what that is?
No, I don't think she's out of breath. I think she's just not paying attention to what we're asking her to do.
Oh, there we go.
To that one again.
I know. Whenever she releases the air there, that's when the water spouts up when she's out there in the ocean.
Well, actually, what that is, that's just the water that's cupped into the blowhole right there. There isn't any water actually down in the blowhole because that's just air that's blowing out. But they do make all those sounds out of their blowhole, and they use their blowhole to breathe with, but also for making these different noises, which are probably forms of communication between the animals.
Is there any way I can get in there and touch Shamu? No.
Sorry, only the trainers are allowed to do that. And there's a real reason for that.
Yeah.
The animals have to get to know their trainers, and they can pick each one of their trainers out visually. Their eyesight is very, very good, and they know each one of us individually.
I noticed that earlier, the photographer and I, Larry Burns, were standing down here, and Shamu came right up to the glass here that you can see through and opened up the mouth. I think that's just a trick you guys teach her, but man, that just scared me to no end.
Well, their teeth are pretty awesome. Actually, the animals themselves, if you think about what they are out in the ocean, they are the top predator in the ocean, and they kill and eat just about anything they want to.
On that note.
But here they get all the food they want, so what's more important to them is what you see the trainers doing right now. And this is how we develop and how we're able to ask the types of behavior and the types of things that we ask our animals to do here.
This is just tender love and care, you guys. Shamu and Mamu. Mamu's back over there?
It's Shamu, Namu, and Kandu.
We got three.
That's
okay.
right.
It's great. I wish I could get out there and touch you guys so I could say, hey, I touched Shamu, but I can't.
Kind of like Curly, Larry, and Mo.
Yeah.
We are going to come back. You just heard Shamu's own brand of music. It's hard to top that, but we're going to try with some local musicians and the SeaWorld of Texas All-Star Marching Band.
On for Shamu.
Texas, from rich schools and poor ones. But they specialize in harmony. So tomorrow the differences will disappear and they will be in step and in tune.
People understand music. It's a language that really knows no bounds.
I've been able to play with other musicians from all over the state.
When you get the best players from the state, you got one good sounding band.
There's nothing like a band to get people moving, and this one was designed to get them moving to SeaWorld. The all-star band has appeared in Chicago, Houston, and the Cotton Bowl, hitting the right note with crowds.
It's been a real beautiful thing to watch people see us for the first time. People have just accepted the band just really fine.
Al Sturcio has covered a lot of miles with the band, marching alongside in parades and traveling the state to audition members. Do the kids ever try to talk you into any rock and roll?
No.
Gilbert Navarra lives and breathes through his tuba, marching for Jefferson High School and now SeaWorld. He hopes each step brings him closer to a college scholarship. Kelly Phelps didn't have scholarships on her mind when she tried out for the band. She just wanted to get in on the excitement of SeaWorld. There'll be plenty of it at the grand opening. For the park, it's a grand opening, but for the musicians, it's the last waltz. Their year in the SeaWorld band ends the weekend the park officially opens.
It's given me a lot of opportunities, life experience. Who knows if I ever get to travel again.
Not only, did I get to be in it one year, but it was also the first year. And I think, the first year is the best year anyway, so.
Fun and music just seem to go together naturally. We all know that Shamu is fun, and now, as we learn, Shamu has been immortalized in music.
Shamu is not only making a big splash at SeaWorld, but causing a few waves of a different sort on the airwaves of Radio Jalapeño. The song is called La Cumbia de Shamu, and it's sung by a local group, Brown Brandy.
It's more jolly, you might say, more danceable, and it's got a good rhythm. I think the rhythm has a lot to do with it.
San Antonio's king of conjunto music, KSAT, gave the song a chance and found it popular with everyone.
Believe it or not, I get a lot of response from the people out in Alamo Heights. I get calls from people from Alamo Heights that want to hear the song.
You can already find Shamu on T-shirts, cups, and hats. Well, now he's on the charts as well. Kathy Teague, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Kathy. And also thanks to a man who has provided all these images for us this week, our photographer, Bruce Maniscalco. And we want to remind you that tomorrow night, 9 o'clock, KSAT 12, SeaWorld's special grand opening program with Alan Thicke and Marilyn McCoo.
And then just about as soon as you get up in the morning, 8:30, we'll start with regular cut-ins throughout the day on the big grand opening out here at SeaWorld. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Good night.
SeaWorld's grand opening preview has been brought to you in part by Fiesta Lincoln Mercury.
This is a KSAT 12 Sports Brief.
Good evening, I'm Paul. I'm not sure what he was doing there tonight. There's Alan Thicke from a series, and there's Meredith McCrae. You remember her from Petticoat Junction. She's done a lot of stuff since then. And that's Bob Saget. He was on the CBS morning program. Now he's got a series on another network. But earlier today, more celebrities arrived. These were some of the best-known CBS personalities, too. They were here to participate in a scholarship presentation at SeaWorld tonight. After all, that's what SeaWorld is all about, too, education. We talked with CBS News correspondent Charles Osgood and Captain Kangaroo himself, Bob Keeshan.
Do you travel together often?
No, well, we don't want to be known. We don't really, but we have done many things together. We've seen many places, and because we've been in the same CBS family, we've managed to cross our paths quite often. Yeah?
That's true. And not only in the same CBS family. Actually, Bob's daughter Lori was my assistant for a couple of years, so we've actually seen each other in other than purely professional circumstances.
Yes, we've had
so old friends, I guess.
Exactly, good friends.
Pleasure to meet those gentlemen. SeaWorld had its original opening, its soft opening, April 15th. Since then, the park has broken all sorts of attendance records, and there is no telling what it's going to do tomorrow and after that. But one thing is for certain, SeaWorld of Texas is ready. Jerry Grant reports now on getting it ready for the big day.
There's no business like show business, and show business will be big business this weekend during SeaWorld's grand opening. Months of mental preparation has turned into physical perspiration, and the theme for the four-day festival will be the family.
We came to the clear conclusion that families are such an important part of what we are that we wanted to honor them, and we wanted to make it very clear to everyone that how much we welcome the family to experience SeaWorld together as a unit, as a whole.
He's had a rough one. That's a rough carry back there.
SeaWorld is here and is ready for you. San Antonio can be proud of opening up another window on the world. Jerry Grant, Channel 5 Eyewitness News.
All right, the grand opening is at 8:30 in the morning. From then, it is going to be a day of events. There are going to be lots of parades, and then there is a fireworks show tomorrow night at 10:30. Chris, it's going to be quite a day.
And once again, Russell, it's too late to make a decision to go over there, right?
Yeah, you pretty much needed to get a Founder's Pass or a Season Pass or buy your ticket in advance, and they told me out here tonight that even that's not going to guarantee you a trip into SeaWorld because you need to get there early because they're going to let about 50,000 people in there tomorrow, then they're going to close it down.
What are we talking about early? 8?
Yeah, I guess 8, 7, I don't know.
Okay, thank you, Russell Road. If you plan to visit SeaWorld, and if you can't get in and you want to be near there, I don't know, you can be 650 feet away from the park. Admiralty Park is opening up for folks with recreational vehicles who are going there. It's a $4.5 million center adjacent to the water park. About 60 sites are ready tonight. Remember around the time of the Pope's visit, it was also there. It's located near the...
This portion of KSAT 12 News tonight is brought to you by Hyundai, cars that make sense.
Another 30 seconds of common sense. The Hyundai XL GLS offers all the comforts of home. Reclining seats, wall-to-wall carpeting, air conditioning, AM/FM cassette stereo, even an electric skylight. And when you consider the XL GLS line starts at a very comforting $7,500 or so, what more could you ask for?
Test drive the durable XL at North Park Hyundai or Red McCombs Hyundai. We sell cars that make sense.
Weren't they cute? Hey, folks are really...
Now the butterflies supposedly are gone, and tonight SeaWorld is jumping for joy, about to open the world's largest marine park right here in San Antonio. Night team reporter Ken Fritchell is live at SeaWorld, where things are hopping tonight, aren't they, Ken?
They sure are, Bob. You know, SeaWorld is many things to many people, but perhaps what best personifies SeaWorld for most is Shamu, the 4,600-pound killer whale. Now, I'm in Shamu Stadium right now. About 3,000 VIP guests who are invited here tonight to a park that is closed are going to get a special performance in just a few minutes. Now, earlier tonight, SeaWorld shut down to make room for these business people, dignitaries, and invited families from all over Texas. They got the red carpet treatment at the door, free drinks and food all over the park. Many of the VIPs came to see the SeaWorld Scholarship Awards hosted by CBS News correspondent Charles Osgood. 10 San Antonio area high school seniors each received a $1,000 college scholarship for having the best project related to marine science. The 10 winning students beat out 700 others. Now, the award ceremony contained lots of dazzling dancing and music. Singer Marilyn McCoo and country star Lee Greenwood rounded out the show with performances of their own and with a duet written especially for SeaWorld. Now, tomorrow, SeaWorld officially opens its gates at 9 a.m. There are going to be lots of performing stars out here in addition to the regular SeaWorld attractions. There's a lot going on. It's going to be an event probably that Texas will never forget. Bob?
Thanks, Ken. Well, the workers at the park were not the only SeaWorld employees busy today, because the staff at the downtown SeaWorld Center was hit with a wave of customers as the deadline to take advantage of the special ticket deals closes in. SeaWorld Center had long lines today and should again tomorrow. Some people had to wait in line for more than an hour for a chance to buy Founders Passes, good for 3 years admission to SeaWorld.
Are you planning on going tomorrow? Is that why you're buying tickets today?
Well, we're planning on going tonight. We've been so busy at work, we decided to take the day off and do what we could to get our tickets finally before the deadline hits. So we're going to hit it tonight when it's not so hot.
People were rushing to get tickets today because there will be no tickets sold at the gate for opening day tomorrow.
It was a meticulous task, but Alamo area boy and Cub Scouts stuck with it until their job was complete at Fort Sam Houston National Cemetery today. They found out over the cemetery until each of the...
In our city covering tomorrow's events. And at the ticket office and SeaWorld shop, hundreds of fans of Shamu got into the last-minute hysteria by purchasing SeaWorld paraphernalia. Anything with Shamu on it has been selling especially well. The grand opening festivities will begin at 8:30 in the morning. Founders Club and 12-month passes will be honored, but as we've told you, no tickets will be sold at the gate tomorrow. San Antonio will be receiving some national attention the next few days, of course. Hundreds of media folks are in town covering the grand opening.